Welcome back. This is Expresso on S3, and let's chat about the world of racing. Now, these racing games, they are shifting into higher gear in 2025 with some major titles set to push the limits of speed, realism, and innovation. We're talking from Project Motor Racing to Forza Horizon 6. The competition is fierce this year, and fans have a lot to look forward to, and this is why we needed Grant Hinds to sit on this couch and break it down for us, because we're going to chat about the most anticipated games of the year when it comes to the racing genre. Now, you said this is one of the biggest that has ever happened in 2025. What is happening this year? Why is this such an anticipated year?
So, in the video game industry, there's something called games as a service,
Yes.
or live service games, and they have kind of been in the realm for racing games, but all this brand new, all this technology when it comes to the 50 series graphics cards and the ray tracing really plays a big part in racing games. Racing games can look like the most realistic games out there.
And you showed us so many on the show.
Right? So that can blow your mind. So you've got these amazing graphics, but also the genres have changed. So you get like arcade races, you get these open world races, you get these simulators. So it's very like realistic tweaking. So there's something for everybody in every single niche of car racing. And you will see, if you're a car head, you know that there's different bubbles of car communities. Not every car head is the same. It's like football. You support one team, another person supports another team, or another league, or whatever the case is. It's the same thing. But look how realistic the graphics have gotten and how amazing it's going to be shaping up.
Yeah, I mean, you showed us games where, I think it was a Forza game, actually, where you showed us the light on the bonnet, the way they've shaped that, the way the car moves, the way it interacts with its environment over certain things. It's a new ball game, but now we're looking forward to a couple of titles, Forza Horizon 6, as well as Assetto Corsa Evo. I just want to know, why are these ones very important to look forward to, especially if you're a racing fan?
So Forza Horizon 6 is different from Forza.
Yeah.
So Forza is like their simulator game. Forza Horizon is their big open world arcade game. And you feel like the best thing I can say is that you're playing Micro Machines. You're just playing with all these different kinds of cars that are, if you are just a gas head or whatever, you can get to experience all these different kinds of vehicles in wild situations, jumping out of airplanes and doing these cool races, and then competing with your friends online because it's open world. So it's a lot of fun, and there's a huge fan base around that. But Assetto Corsa is the very hardcore, community-driven simulation game. It's generally what a lot of people use for tournaments now. So if there's the Knysna Hill Climb, right? Or Kalani is inside Assetto Corsa, and a lot of races, if you're racing that course, you will use the simulated course online and practice to get it right. What speed you should be hitting, what corners you should be hitting, and people customize their own cars for the game because you can tune a car to real-world specs and find out what those cars are like. So it's the ultimate real-world experience, and that's just kicked off. So I'm excited to see what the car community does with it. But that's not the only things that has happened. Did you enjoy those big arcade, Need for Speed type titles?
I still do. I still walk into those arcades and try those games as well.
So Need for Speed Underground?
Yes.
So that's, I know South Africans, you love Need for Speed Underground.
Definitely.
There's a game called Tokyo Extreme Racer, which has a legacy. This is a new one. It's 20 years ago, I think the last one came out. But I'm specifically excited about it because it's a Japanese-only sports car night racing thing. So think of Tokyo Drift, if you'd like. And you can completely mod it. And because, I'm a huge Suzuki head. Suzuki is is one of the big Japanese cars. You can completely mod your Suzuki Swift Sport there. There's one in front. You can do whatever you'd like with these cars. And it's got that whole Tokyo Drift vibe back in it. And I know South Africans love it. And I know a lot of South Africans don't know about it. So Tokyo Extreme Racer is going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to get my hands on that.
I think racing games, there's a lot of therapy in them, but I know people need to, there's something about it. I think it's because we suck at it so bad in the beginning, and then you get better and better, and then you start, you go from
welcome to
last,
video games,
and then you go to fifth, and then you're I got third and second, and I think that's so joyous. So for anybody who wants to get into video games, especially the racing genre, where do you think they should start? What's a good way to just start things up?
I think start with like a Forza Horizon, something light, something that's like an arcade type game.
Yeah.
That's very forgiving, where you could change the difficulty.
Yes.
Right, like something like that. And also maybe something where the racing is not the lead component. Tokyo Extreme Racer, it's about modding your car. It's about changing, the gear ratios. It's about changing your chassis on
I
top.
love that. It's that Gran Turismo that really brought that to the table
Right?
for us, right?
And then if you're frustrated by games like where you've got to get your A international license at Gran Turismo, that was therapy in high school for me.
Yes.
I used to just do my A international license, and you do it over and over until you get
Yeah.
it, and you trimmel for like milliseconds. But that's not for everybody, right?
No.
So if you want to have that fun experience, look at arcade races. And if you want to have if you can't afford to get into like the real world simulation, like
Yeah.
drive sport of racing, get into like a Assetto Corsa or something.
I think that's going to be, it's such a big year for racing games. So thanks a lot, Grant. And a little later, I'm actually very excited about a certain Suzuki opportunity that we have as well. That is going to be good, but we're not going to go there just yet because there's another thing to look forward to. If racing games are not your thing, perhaps you like some fitness games. And there is a brand new fitness contender on the block. And I can tell you by name, it's going to be exciting. Deadly Dozen.